Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we decided to follow up with Sera on the Verchiel march thing that she had asked us to do. Apparently we're in Crestwood, which I don't believe is anywhere near Verchiel, but whatever, this is where the clues all led. And we just witnessed a young man be shot to death, and this noble fella over here asked to parley after we killed his guards. Sir? Hello?
There. That wasn't so hard, was it? We identified the confusion, and we worked past it. I'm Lord Harmond. I do hope, Inquisitor, that you continue to respond to reason. After all, your choice of company is hardly virtuous.
Freaking user you are. Another noble prick who punches down.
We're the same, you and I. Well, that is overstating it. You are nothing like me. But we both need people.
I love this. I love the smarm that radiates off the voice. It's beautiful. That's my ally you attacked. You started this. What do you want? This seems very tit for tat. Oh, well, you started this. Like, no. I can't tell if this is talking about Sera or the guy who got shot with arrows. If it's talking about the guy who got shot, he just seemed to be an innocent dude. He didn't deserve that. And if it's talking about Sera is a member of the Inquisition, so, yeah.
You want to talk now, but Sera is my ally. You attacked her friends.
Come now. You know how much her meddling cost me? Because apparently you were complicit. Honestly, previous to this very moment, I thought you'd also been tricked by these Red Jennies. Despite your foreign nature, as Inquisitor, you are a social peer. I attacked them on behalf of us both.
Arse biscuit.
Quiet. Inquisitor, Herald, I don't want to be your enemy. I'm barely invested in being hers. If you are willing to recognize an opportunity, we could be exceptional partners.
No. Just kill him, Sera. I'd like to partner with you. Just get out of my sight. You'll serve the Inquisition. What was going on in Verchiel? What do you expect in return? What can you commit to us? You killed innocent contacts. First and foremost, what the hell was going on in Verchiel?
You were up to something in Verchiel, Harmond. What was it?
If you mean bettering my wealth and position, I'm always seeking that.
By getting people hurt.
Lady Shell Morveau and I were jockeying for the land south of Verchiel. To claim land, you must populate it. My people encouraged hers to leave. Her people answered in kind, etc. Really, it was all terribly standard displacement until your troops seemed to change the balance. Well played.
Stop talking to him. Really, just stop it.
In a minute. Yeah, you killed innocent contacts.
The servants you killed, they did nothing except talk about what was going on.
You killed my contacts. My friends.
That is entirely true.
Well, that should be that then.
You're the one who empowered them, made their complaints a threat. Perhaps you should have warned them about talking to you.
Tell the Sacksplash no already. Not saying again.
Here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with Harmond there. Because here's the thing, again, that guy didn't realize he was talking to a Jenny. He may not have even spoken to a Jenny. He may have been having a conversation with an entirely separate person, and the Jennies overheard. This is a situation in which the Red Jennies had no business in interfering. And just in case anyone says, oh, are you saying that if people are in trouble, they shouldn't ask for help? No. If you are in trouble, if you feel like you need assistance, ask for it. But these people didn't. That's the thing. These people never asked for help the Red Jennies decided, oh, we're going to force our help on you, and then we're going to rock up on your doorstep demanding payment. The fuck is that? That ain't right. So I have an adult learning disability. I have mentioned that many, many times in the past, and people forcing help on others, it really pisses me off, because so much of my time in secondary school, that's when I got diagnosed, the school really didn't know how to handle me. They weren't familiar with the learning disability I have. They had a really good department for dyslexics, but if you didn't have dyslexia, they didn't know what to do with you. Like, I remember that the kids with dyslexia, because there were a fair few, because they had a really good dyslexia department, they would have, like, specific hours every week where the teachers would bring them together and, like, go over, like, okay, here are some coping strategies. Here's how to manage your time better. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. Like, they really focused in on helping them. And then people like myself, they just kind of went, we don't know what to do with you. We think you're retarded, basically. I apologize if you find that word distasteful. However, censoring the language they use towards me, it does them a service that, quite frankly, I don't think they deserve. And if you're offended hearing it, think how offended I was having it directed at me. That's how they treated me. And as such in class, because I worked slower, because my hand could only write so fast. My brain could keep up, but my hand physically could not. And so I'd be working, and then halfway through, the teacher would be like, oh, Kallista's struggling. I wasn't struggling. I was just slow. Oh, Kallista's struggling. Emily, you complete her work for her. Emily would come over, write the answers, and be like, you can thank me now. And I'd be there like, why should I thank you? I have no idea how you reached those answers. So now I'm going to have to do this all over again on my own. I'm going to have to find the teacher at some point to be like, okay, here's the working I did on my own. Did I do it right? Like, you have just caused me to waste more time. It would have been better if you hadn't done it. Like, no, I'm not going to thank you. I'm not going to thank the teacher. And why are you complaining about having to do less work? That's not the point. It's the fact that I wasn't allowed to try. Even if I had done it wrong, at least I would have been given the opportunity to try and fail, or try and succeed. And obviously I don't begrudge the teacher or even the people who would write the answers in for me. Like, the kids were told to do that. Like, fair dues. I'm not going to thank them for that, but, like, fair dues. And the teachers had so much work that they were trying to cover in class. But again, they could have just said, Kallista, stop that. We're moving on to something else. Try and do it at home. Because here's the thing, just giving me the answer, I don't know how that was worked out. I have no idea how you got to that answer. Like, it's worse in a way. And so I absolutely hate when help is forced on people who did not ask for that help. You are denying them the chance to learn, to maybe figure out if they can do it for themselves. Maybe the people of Verchiel would have found some kind of loophole or some kind of workaround. Maybe they would have all unionized. Maybe Morveau's people and Harmon's people would have gotten together and formed a little pact and said, you know what, we're out, and they would have bounced. Maybe they would have done that. But we'll never know now, because the Red Jennies decided we should get involved in this, and you'll pay us. Also, tell this snot splash no. I apologise, it's really hot. England is currently dealing with a bit of a heat wave right now. There were a couple of weeks where it was nice and cool, but now we're back into heat wave territory, and I'm so warm. I'm so fucking warm. Tell this snot splash no already, not saying again. That is Sera's warning. If you continue to investigate, the next thing you click, Sera will say 3, 2, 1, I'm not listening to you anymore, and she will beat Harmon to death. Literally. She throws a knife at him, it lands blade first, so it just kind of falls down his clothes. He bends down to pick it up, and when he does, Sera knees him in the face and then proceeds to kick his face in. Here's the thing. Sera is saying, Sera's giving a warning. I think Aenor would heed it. We're not going to kill him. Because, no, I've said this before. Death is... This guy is slimy. He's a scumbag. He's not showing any kind of, like, apologeticness. But he's not so evil that Aenor would be like, kill him. Kill him. He's irredeemable. Like, no, he's better off dead. Like I said, that is a punishment that is reserved for the worst of the worst. For Aenor. Here's the thing. Aenor's been learning from Josephine. If Aenor can think of a legal loophole...
A partnership gets me your enemies. I need the territory.
What are you doing? He's half the mess in Verchiel.
And now his job is recruiting the other. Consider your lands and title requisitioned. You opened the bargaining. Think of your immediate options.
Surprising. Disappointing, but also welcome over the alternative.
Won't be hearing from you again.
Be sure to return the favor.
I'd just like to say, he was a third of the problems in Verchiel. It was Harmond, Morveau, and the Red Jennies. Those were the problems in Verchiel.
There's you. How was that Harmond mess, hey? I should be angry you let him live. But his kind really hate a leash. I mean, he deserved worse for turning it all bad. But we made out just fine. Good one, you.
Girl. I should be angry you didn't let me murder a man. We made out just fine. Innocent people died when they would have lived if we hadn't stuck our noses in. Good one. No. No. Here's the thing. I blame the Red Jennies. I don't necessarily blame Sera. Because Sera was told, hey, the people in Verchiel want your help. And they're willing to pay. And she believed it implicitly. Like, Sera wasn't the one sticking her nose in. It was whoever brought it to Sera. They're the one who should be punished. I don't like Sera's attitude. Sera's attitude can go fuck itself, but I wish there was an option to be like, the Red Jennies are shit. I wish that was a fourth option here. I don't like any of these. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Here's the thing. It was the Red Jennies' fault. It wasn't necessarily Sera's fault. She's got a really bad attitude, but it was the Red Jennies, ultimately, who alerted her to this situation. And again, no more mistakes, understand? Technically speaking, Sera didn't make the mistake. It was the Red Jennies who brought it to Sera. Sera can't control what the other Red Jennies are doing. And here's the thing, unpredictable but worth it. People died. People died very unnecessarily. Yeah, we got some territory out of it for the Inquisition, but, like, was that worth it? Was it? Was it worth those innocent lives? Or at least life? We saw one guy get killed. Who knows if Harmond killed others? I genuinely don't know what to go for here. Genuinely, I am stumped. I will say I remember one, because basically what happens is the Inquisitor is like, girl, you're at fault here. Like, don't pin everything on Harmond. You're fucked up too. And Sera basically says, oh, I went to help. How dare you? I heard their cries for help. They didn't cry for help. I heard their cries for help, and I went and helped them. And the Inquisitor says a really good line of, would you have gone if you knew you weren't going to get paid? And Sera basically goes, well, and so it's like, there you have your answer. You're not as good of a person as you seem to think you are. If you're doing good things to get paid, you're not as good as you think you are. But like I said, I think Aenor's with me on this. She blames the Red Jennies. They were the ones who were fucking up. You know what? I'm going to pause right here. I want to see how this comes out. Because if this is like, you made a mistake, Sera, then I don't think I'd go with it. But if it's like, the Red Jennies are to blame, then I could see Aenor going with that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And yeah, that really didn't make my decision any easier. Because here's the thing, unpredictable but worth it. It was like, oh yeah, that kind of went bad, but keep it within the Inquisition and I'll support you. And I just can't see Aenor doing that. I really can't. It just doesn't. A guy died. A guy died.
It was very nearly a disaster. Never again.
Well, sure, you deal with shite like...
I don't want to hear it. I'm leading too many people to put up with this.
You are bloody lucky you're still on my good side. Because I'd... something.
Get out. Sera leaves the Inquisition forever. Watch yourself. Sera stays with the Inquisition. Sera's on notice here. Aenor needs all the help she can get. Also, I'm a completionist, and I'm not gonna... There are certain things in Trespasser. Meriden the Bard is still around, and she sings this song about all of the companions. And even if you kick people out or you never recruit them, she's still there, like, and Sera was at the final battle, peppering Corypheus with arrows. Like, I don't know what the fucking words are, but like, it's so weird. And as such, I'm like, well, she's gotta stay. She's got to, because completionism.
I need all the help I can get, but consider this a warning.
Well, understood. Hop to and all that. If you need me, I'll be waiting for some barking ass to give me orders. So hard to get. Stupid. Everyone.
God damn. The fact that she can't accept any responsibility. I cut her so much slack because she's young, but the fact that she's like, oh, I should be angry at you for not letting me kill a guy. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? Excuse you? And the fact, oh, it didn't go as planned, but like, oh well, like, it still went really good. A guy died in front of us. He could have had a family. He could have had a wife or a husband and kids. Siblings who loved him, excuse you?
You're a champion now or something. Great. Special. Don't be a shit about it. I'm watching you.
Okay. Okay. And, I mean, considering she's talking about it.
Is there some concern you have about me becoming a champion?
No, there's no concern I have about you becoming champion. I'm worried you'll be an arse. You know what they're like. Well, not champions maybe, but their rubbing cousins, the Chavaliers. They're shit. Some people get full of themselves when they think they're better, right? That bunch get it on a flag.
It's a standard.
That's not better.
Why are you worried? What do they do?
People to them, little people, aren't anything. Not even slaves, because slaves are worth something, yeah? They want your food, they take your food. They want your wife, they take your wife. They're shit. So please stay better.
I would never. No, we're not going to flirt with her. We're not going to flirt with the manic pixie lesbian. No, thank you. I live up to my own title. Different title. Stop worrying. It isn't up to you. I think Aenor, she's taken a deep breath. She's just like, this person is very young. They're really young, and they're kind of a brat. And I need the help, and they've got a bunch of arrows. So we had a disagreement, we move forward. Yeah, I'll live up to my own title.
I'm not like that. I'll be a champion of the people.
That sounds really stupid. But alright, I buy it. For now.
Wait. Yeah, any thoughts on this?
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat now. Gonna make everything the way it should be. The praying's nice, I suppose. Corypheus bit, though. Shite.
Corypheus.
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 Sacksplash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
Do like that. Sacksplash.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again, with your people. Right, which ones?
Okay, let's go through them.
What do you think about our spymaster, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
I do love how everyone agrees that Cullen has nice hair.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Dorian?
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Oh, she knows. She knows and she embraces it.
What about Cowl?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
That thing is my adopted son. How dare you?
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
It makes me wonder about things. I mean, what did their women look like? Woof.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
I apologize if you can hear that ice cream fan. Excuse you, I'm trying to play Inquisition here. How dare you? I don't want any ice cream.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Okay, no, I've still got more.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
Yeah, he does. He does. Let's... I could leave a few of these for later. Let's go for this. Why did you really join me?
So you like to have fun. The Inquisition seems an odd fit. Why are you really here?
What do you mean? To help people.
Seems like there's more to it. Are you really sure of that? I don't believe it. Yeah, no, there's something you're holding back.
It's starting to sound like you're looking for something more.
It is. Mostly. Okay, fine. There's talk and I want to see.
See what?
I don't know. I've got all this chantry stuff in my head and it makes sense, right? But it's fuzzy. I want to see if it's all really real. I just don't know if I want to really know. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
Here's the thing. I think Aenor respects the honesty. Like I said, Sera lies to herself a lot. Oh, I'm a good person. I'm helping people. I'm a Robin Hood-esque figure. Pay up. I helped you. Give me money. It doesn't matter to me that you didn't ask for my help. Give me the money. If you're doing good things for payment, then you're not a good person. If you are, like, I'm not saying you're bad. I'm not saying you're bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you're not being selfless. If you're doing good for the sake of doing good, then yeah, like, if Sera wasn't getting paid for her help, then I'd be like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. She's not talking out of her arse there, but I think she really sees herself as this Robin Hood-esque, oh, I'm in it for the little people, and I'm like, but you're not. Or at least not to the degree that you think you are.
Is your network of contacts still active after what happened?
After Lord Arsehole in Verchiel? Of course. He may have killed people, but that just means there's more who hate him. You should be one of them. But maybe not. So watch out for that.
Girl, again, you can't be pissed at me for not allowing you to commit murder. That is a very shitty thing to be pissed about. Oh, if you were my friend, you'd have totally let me smash that guy's face in. I'm sorry, that's not how friendship works in the real world. I'm sorry, like, that is... If I was really pissed, and my friend was like, you know, if you attacked him, I wouldn't stop you because you're really pissed at him, I'd be like, what? I'd get caught by the police. You are effectively sentencing me to a life in prison. No, I'd want you to stop me. If you were a good friend, you'd be like, no, Callista, you won't survive in prison. Get down. Like, god damn.
We annoyed some nobles. Does that really help all that much?
We'd have helped more if you hadn't been so chummy. I don't get what's so hard to understand. Your stuff works the same. Your Inquisition, I mean. Punch a bully, people like you. Do it because they asked, or let them think they asked. They like it even more. It's inspiring, even if it sometimes goes tits up and they take a hit back. You know, like Haven.
God damn. Let them think they asked. Just force help on them and then expect payment. Yeah, that's totally fair.
It must have gone wrong before. How many times have you almost died?
What fight were you in? We didn't almost die. Besides, I only have to start these punch-ups.
You would have killed Harmond if I'd let you.
Sure, sometimes I plonk one, but you know what it takes to be a noble? Everyone says, he's a noble. That's all a title is. So I slap someone, make them look stupid for just a second. All of a sudden, he doesn't look so nobly or scary. Maybe the servants rebel, whatever. But know what really gets them? Other nobles. They blame the slappee for being slapped. Their shit's like that. So it's backwards inspiration, sort of. Still works like yours does.
So, you think that what you do is just as inspiring as what I do?
I said it works the same. Because if you're boot on your neck poor, nobles and couriers don't look much different. They sure as piss look closer to each other than they do to real people. So yes, I inspire. Little pockets of inspiration.
Here's the thing, in theory, I agree with what she's saying. Little people need... Like I said, nobles look so big and scary, but then when you learn, oh, my lord had his pants pulled down at a party and then he slipped on a fish and fell on his arse in front of the empress. Like, that noble isn't so big and scary, and the next time the noble is like, get me some cheese, you stupid peasant, the peasant might be like, nah, fuck you, up your ass, slip on a fish. Like... In theory, I agree, but in practice, I'm like, no. Especially when you're demanding payment from people who never asked for stuff. Asked for stuff? Again, I don't know. I don't know what to go with. Both kind of fit. Little pockets of inspiration. the thing she's talking about right now, inspiration and, you know, making sure that little people realize that they aren't so little. They outnumber nobles 10-1. And they don't have to take what's being given to them. Aenor can agree with that. The Red Jenny structure, no, but what Sera is saying right now about inspiring people, that's fair.
I get it, kind of. We just don't think of what you do as that kind of inspiration.
Well, we should take a good hard look at where our people come from. All the same people. At least my baddies are understandable. No kicking in the sky there.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
Alrighty then. Oh, Sera, I really want to like Sera. She's doing a little dance. That's what's going on here. Clearly, she's like, yeah, we did a thing in Verchiel. Boogie on down. Whoop, whoop. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I really want to like Sera. And I really like her in Trespasser because she has that character development that I'm like, yes, this, you're no longer a massive racist. Like, thank you. And if that had been in the main game, I probably would have loved her. But because it's in DLC that you have to pay for, I'm like, no, that's stupid. And, I wish there had been a conversation where you could sit her down and say, Sera, like, you have been racist to me because I am a Dalish elf. Please explain what I have done to you. Please explain what I have done to you that is causing you to treat me in this manner. Because if the only thing you can say is, you didn't let me kill a man, then you are acting in the exact same way as the people who were racist towards you. Just because you were racially hurt doesn't mean that you can turn around and do that to other people. It's just it's the cycle will go. Because, like, if Aenor were another Dalish, she might, oh, well, all city elves are arseholes. I'm going to go bully some city elves. Then they think, oh, all Dalish are arseholes. I'm going to go bully some Dalish. And then they think, oh, all city elves are arseholes. Just over and over and over. Because here's the thing. Like I said, Sera's a bad friend. For all the time she goes on about friendship, Sera is a bad friend. And that is perfectly encapsulated if you are playing a Dalish elf. And before anyone says, oh, well, if you're a bad friend to her, no. I'm talking about a specific cutscene. I'll talk about it when I get to it. It's quite late on in the game. But there is a specific cutscene where Sera basically is like, oh, you discovered something about your people? That's funny as fuck. The Dalish are stupid and you're upset. Like, and here's the thing, like, literally the only thing Aenor does against Sera is not let her kill a guy. That's it. She in no way deserves what Sera will say. And so she's a terrible friend. She is an absolutely terrible friend, which is ironic given the number of times she goes on and on about friendship. Alrighty then. I am just about out of time. Oh. We're gonna get sung out. However, I'm gonna read some codex entries because I can. Right there. Red Templars. The Red Templars are exactly what they sound like. They are Templars who have been fed red lyrium, and the results are precisely what happened to Meredith in Kirkwall. It improves their powers, grants new ones, and increases their strength beyond what a human body should bear. Over time, red lyrium will turn them into beasts. Crystals will grow inside their bodies, even, I am told, sprouting through their heads. In the end, the Red Templars will be lost, mind and soul to roaring madness. Did the Chantry push our Templars too far? Or was this break inevitable? Maker, help us. I pray it was not us who drove our good knights into becoming monsters. Mother Solaris of the Grand Cathedral in a letter to a friend. Revenant. An entire unit of men, all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection, but it appears that this is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his rantings pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities were eerily similar to those our brothers at Manus Pell encountered almost an age ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blade, and attack so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. No, your perfection. What we have here is indeed a revenant, and nothing less. From a letter to Divine Amara 3rd, 571, Exalted. A revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or of desire, making it among the most powerful possessed opponents one can face. Many possess spells, but most are armed and armoured and prefer the use of their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks, but regenerate quickly, and commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them. Stay at range if possible, and strike quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. The Shade. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living, or once living, body, but this is not always true. Indeed, a Shade is one such creature, a demon in its true form that has adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to seize immediately upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it. But what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? These demons watch, they look, they envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did in the Fade. Once it has drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever after be known as a Shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of any who cross its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade. There is evidence to believe this is so. Alrighty then, very interesting. And with that, I am out of time. So, until the next episode, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.